Yeah, somewhere in here should be a washer fluid. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, so I can pull the tire, pull the fender liner, or maybe I don't even have to pull it. Maybe I just have to let it flop out of the way with move a couple of the screws. So we'll see. Dig in there, get a jack stand on this thing. Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's got two 10mm plastic hexes and then a bunch of whatever size that is, T25. And there's a T25 hidden under here. Kind of sneaks at you. It should kind of flop on and out, get dirt everywhere. It'd be disgusting, but that's what you get. Yeah. There's no animals. Yeah, this is gonna be easy to get the whole thing out. Okay, do we see anything else stupid? Other than it being dirty. Not really. Is it supposed to have a grommet? It's a drain hole. No idea. There's no bugs living in it. But if I, yeah, if it's, hopefully it's just these two screws, and I can kind of flop the thing down on the filler neck. It goes up through there. I don't see a crack from this side. I'll have to get it out to know for sure. Hopefully that sun's not too bright. Gives me a chance to use my new toy. So put a 10mm on there. Let's see. I think they're just. Oh yeah, they're not super tight. Nice. Of course, it's got 10 pounds of bullshit attached to it. Electrical, some kind of hose thing. This filler neck, which I don't know if that flexes enough to just come out, or if I maybe have to unbolt it from the top, or maybe that'll come out when I pull it down. And just all right. Of course, there's two pumps because there's front and rear. These quick connects. I can't see anything. I need to find a flashlight. Oh no, sorry. One's a level sensor. Pump might be, it's gonna be difficult to pull that wiring. It might be easiest to just pop the whole pump out. It should just be a rubber grommet at the bottom. So I pop that, the lines can stay attached, and so can the electronics. Find a screwdriver. Yeah, that's the way. It just turned off. Maybe it didn't turn off before. Either way, FedEx is pulling in. I have a bunch of transmission fluid for the A8. Yeah. Alright. Oh, I'm gonna see. Alright, so here's the tank, and it's not leaking at all. Well, from the intake where I filled it. But the pump lets fluid through. I don't know if it's supposed to do that or not. So that tells me there's probably a leak in the line coming out of the pump. Because this is probably the front pump, this is probably the rear pump. Because it leaks fluid out the front, not out of the rear or anything like that, or halfway down the car. So I'm gonna look at that line, see if there's any splits in it, replace what's there, and should be good to go for really, really cheap. Dealership wanted to replace this whole part. Idiots. I found that, so it's filling out with water from the hose, it was leaking like crazy. So there's a little channel this clips into, and then little knobs that touch this. I guess over time it just vibrated through. It doesn't actually leak, it just leaks when we're filling it, so only like half the fluid goes in. Yeah, I think I cleaned it up with carbon choke cleaner. I think I'm going to scuff it a little bit and then just put some of that tape from the sprinter on it, that waterproof stuff, because it's epoxy based, it should stick nice. And then if it cuts through this, I'll order a new thing or what's it. But you know what? I bet if I put a strip of aluminum tape on top of that, that'll kind of keep it from wearing through. So this is an RV roof tape. It's waterproof, good for sealing up cracks and weld like crappy spots. And it's actually a two-part, so there's an epoxy in there, and when you squeeze it together, it mixes the fluids, which I think is kind of cool. So the key will be to get it on here and give it lots and lots of pressure. Maybe I should find a clamp to kind of like hold it. I don't know. It's kind of flimsy, so I'll just see how it works. If it doesn't work, I'll buy a part. Or maybe I'll start looking for a part anyway, make this temporary. I don't want to go too high into that channel because it needs to clip onto that box, and I don't want this getting in the way. I think. You can't just press on it. Like, you really gotta, I used a roller on the roof of the van. You really gotta squish that material together to get it to start having a reaction. And then they have you going to come back and, like, depending on temperature, it's nice and hot out. So in like an hour, I can see if it's bonding good or not. This will help seal up any of those little cracks too. I'm not taking that box in the house, Harrison. It's full of oil. No. It's not. I think that'll work. Just check back in a bit. Alright, had lunch and stuff. It's been about an hour. And it seems, yeah, it's bonding just fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in place. I'm gonna put this little bit of aluminum here too, kind of act as like a little wear strip. Yeah, that should slide a little better, keep it from like tearing apart. And then, yeah, I'm gonna order a new neck. I can't imagine they're that expensive, and they probably, it's one big piece. So I'll put this in. I'll keep it from leaking everywhere until a new part comes in. Yeah, I'll have to wait. This needs 24 hours to cure, so I'll wait to fill it with fluid tomorrow, but I don't imagine it's going to leak any. It's been a bit over 24 hours, so we'll see. Hopefully this doesn't leak like it used to. I'm going to put a little bit of faith in it and not use water because I don't want to have to try to drain it. Hopefully it don't splash everywhere because it'll make it hard to know whether it leaked or not, or leaks. It would be funny if there's a second leak. I don't hear anything hitting the pavement. It was coming out behind the wheel when you're filling. It's nice, it's summer. I can use up this stuff that the wife bought. She grabbed it in the middle of January, and it's only good for 32 and up. And kind of attests to the quality of parts still. Oh, check that out. Alright. Like the quality of the parts store, guys. It's like you think you'd come to the counter with one of these and it says 32F. It's a summer mix. In the middle of January, they might say, hey, that's not for you right now. Well, they don't care. Maybe you're stuck in that, they just don't care. I don't know. Nothing dripping out. Yeah, badass. So that epoxy tape worked. I mean, it's submerged right now, so hopefully it won't come back. It's odd too, because I thought for sure this car held more than a full container. Oh, there's probably some water in there from when I was testing it. So I bet we just gave her an even more summer mix. It's like probably still 25% water. Whatever. I don't know what else I need to do right now, so I'm gonna not do anything.